Plaza.
the housing, the housing confused process?
Yeah.
What you want to know?
Well,
So I know.
she's
Here,
gonna,
1 second. Let me.
She's gonna get set up first.
Yeah.
Because when they started, I forget what year is it.
1974, I think.
So,
There's a nice building.
yeah.
The architecture, everybody is jealous, when they build like it.
Why don't you wait till...
Here.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
so-
no,
Can you wait a second? Yeah.
She wants to record it
Oh,
all.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Cam.
Here.
Yeah.
You can
And
just talk to her. You
Yeah.
don't have to talk to
and
her.
I came in the USA in 1969.
How old were you when you arrived in the U.S.?
Well, only 17.
Oh.
Yeah. When I arrived, I lived in Chinatown. Yeah. No, I stopped in San Francisco first and see my grand, and then after that I come to New York. So New York for the first time we live with the other grand. Right, they live in Chinatown, also in Hester Street. So it's a whole apartment,
Mhm.
And after a month, we find another apartment. So my whole family is moved to Grand Street. Then,
Right.
see,
The smaller apartment.
that's on the second floor. Still, only 2 bedroom, Yeah. But later on, we find another one on the next number, the same owner. On the higher floor, they got 3 bedroom like this, so we all stick over there, And by that time, and I think everything is real cheap on that time, Not
Oh yeah.
I only pay for the subway fare like starting 20 cents, on that year, 20 cents for the subway. So I think about it. I'd rather go out to work because every job when you make even not that much. I work as a waiter. I make like 1,000 to 1,500 a month. You save a lot. You can save almost $1,000 every month like that. Right? And my father is only a dishwasher by that time. He make only like $495 a month. That pay off our rent and the food, and he got like maybe $30 saved in the saving bank also. So that's why I go out to work. After the couple years, I own my own factory.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But it's not that good, We will work with partners. Look, the first 10 years we lose money.
Oh.
We don't make any money, Me and my wife work in the same shop. Real tough time at that time. Very tough.
Yeah.
All right. But after 10 years, we all separate. When I break it up with my partner or the factory, I start saving some money. So on the year 1987, we look around, and at that time, the prices raised up a little bit higher. It's like over 200,000 for one family house. Right? And it's okay. And the factory, they have like how many years? I forget it. Like 8 or 9 years they making money. It's real busy. Everybody in Chinatown, everybody's working on the factory, even a boss or a worker or not. They're all making money, including the restaurant also, because when the sewing machine girl they making money, everybody go out to eat. So the restaurant is real good, and even though they spend a lot of money around, See, by that time I think from start 90 to 97 like that. Those couple years, Chinatown is real good.
Yeah.
No matter what, you work, you got a job, you make money.
What did you like do besides working? Like, what did you like to do for fun?
No, it's just because I'm Chinese. I like to get around with our own people. When the time I was still in the high school, is like a 71. They have a little bit big place, you know. We play softball over there. Right, we got play with the junior high school people, you know. So when the time they build up, a lot of when they started, a lot of people scared, you know. Some just for Chinese only, you know. When they try to make a foundation where it's security, right? They like to put that's like they just talk. You believe it or not, you know. Or even though in Hong Kong or in China, some they tell me like they put the live people over there, special child, you know. They put it underground and cover up, so they got no problem when they build up the building.
Did you know about any of the sort of tensions with the Chinese Association and the builders there at the time?
And I don't know.
Okay, I've heard that. What is it? So there's like 150 workers, and none of them were Chinese, despite the fact that this was being built for Chinese. So I heard the Chinese
yeah, when they
Association-
started, they all hired the American people, I guess. Yeah, that I heard it before, but by that time I'm not in Chinatown anyway. By that time, I heard it, you know, and later on, they strike them, and they hire a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was 21 people. Which still isn't a ton.
That's almost American style. That's American style, right? Right? They always started like that. But when the Chinese people keep showing, you know, they can do this, they can do that, they can do better than Americans, so they keep hiring more and more. You know, right now I saw a lot of Chinese work over there. Even though the super is the Chinese people right now. Right? They have a management office over there, and the Chinese people working over there, mostly Chinese people, because they put the board. They have a board, like a board member, right? They have a board member. One guy is a real tough guy, and he's some kind of political in Chinatown, right? When he asks people help, a lot of people help them. That's why when they try to ask the governor get more funds for the control process, right? They always try them, and the people live over there, especially a lot of old people over 60. When they ask them to help, they all go out to strike. That's good for them.
So there's a very strong community there.
Yeah, very strong. The Portland is very strong. Yeah.
Have you ever been inside there?
Huh?
Have you ever visited inside the building?
My wife and living over there before. I go a couple times. It's pretty good.
Oh, Angie lived there?
No, Angie's aunt.
Aunt.
Oh,
Her
okay.
aunt.
Her aunt is living there.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So we go up there. It's real nice. Like it's big. Some have a 3-bedroom apartment. It's real big, you know. Right? Yeah, when your parents live in, when you sign the son's name, they all living together. Once the old pass away, the youngest can keep living there also, you know. And the rent is not high. It's affordable.
It's a housing.
The housing
project.
is like a part of the.
Yeah.
Right.
It's control, right?
Yeah. It was
Rent.
built under like
Land
a-
control
Housing
and they supported by I think that there is some government some money from the government.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
They
was
support
like
it also.
the Mitchell Lama Housing Act was responsible for its like
Yeah.
commission.
Okay.
What do you think about the look of the building?
What?
Here, I don't know if you have any opinions on it, but like how the building actually looks.
About the convince process?
Yeah, like how does what do you think about like it as a building?
The building when they build it up, it's real strong. You know, the sea is built up by the Manhattan Bridge, and that part is like a 40 floor. You know, it's high.
Mhm.
You know, by the bridge when the wind blowing,
It gets
it's real
windy.
strong. But when you stay up on a 30 floor, you don't feel shaking. You know,
But you feel the wind in
the wind, yeah.
courtyard,
Oh yeah.
The-
really strong.
Sometimes when you walk in Division Street, if the wind is blowing strong, the old lady they can't walk. They got a hole on the pole, you know, wait until they calm down a little bit and then walk. It's real. When I came, it's our people, the people from China, from like my parents, 台山人.
Mhm.
When we go to work in a restaurant, if you don't speak their language, you can't work for them. But a couple years later, 台山人 they move out, you know, move out Chinatown, and now at that time they have Vietnam. The people from Vietnam, they have
Vietnam.
Okay.
from Vietnam, they have a lot of people in China working in Chinatown. Right? And right now it changed also. The Fukjiao, they come from Fukjiao or Fukjie. They all speak their own language. We don't understand, except they speak Mandarin. You know.
So it's really not just it's not one Chinatown, but there's pockets of
No,
like
it's
different
still,
people.
they still.
I mean, yeah, it's still Chinatown.
It's still in
it's
Chinatown.
not-
But
everyone
one
doesn't
part
speak.
is moving out, and the other part they
Oh.
get it in. So they like a generation, you know, different people